Hello, and welcome to my campfire, my digital campfire for the time being, and I know what you're all thinking. I bet you're there, sitting at home, wearing the one kind of mask you probably weren't expecting to wear for this Halloween. All of your plans for the season are kind of in the gutter, and on top of that, everyone is freaking out and going full meltdown over the upcoming election. It's definitely a very strange Halloween, but I do have a few treats for you all today, and don't worry, it's not a trick, because I felt really festive, and I decided to do a Halloween special. And it's really going to be something amazing, because what is scarier than doing a video on a convicted pedophile with a shit fetish? That is right. We are doing a video on Nick Straussenberger, aka DJ Licks the Cheeks, aka Nick Bate. So start eating those s'mores now, because in about 5 minutes, you're not going to want to eat anything at all. So where do I even start with Nick Bate? Because there is just so much to cover. You can make 2 whole documentaries about his weird and creepy behavior on the internet, and you still wouldn't be able to cover everything. So let's start off with something easy, like his interests, his hobbies, his dreams and aspirations, like his artwork. Here are some examples of his artwork. In this example, you may be wondering who the girl is in the drawing, or even which one of them even is the girl, but the brunette would be Anna, the object of Nick's affection, his one and true love. Also, somebody who doesn't want anything to do with him, and you'll see why in just a bit, but he really enjoys drawing those he cares about. Anna, his sister Amber, another fixation of his affection named Maddie, but it's not always good old family-friendly artwork, because Nick is a deviant. He has artwork dedicated to his deviancy, like a picture he drew of him receiving fellatio from Anna, who is drawn to have a very poopy butthole for some reason, and for obvious reasons, I cannot show that drawing here, but if you're really curious, you can always just Google it. Fair warning though, it is extremely graphic and disgusting, but the buck doesn't just stop at contemporary art or drawings. He is a very versatile fantismo after all. He has other interests like culinary cuisine. Here is a dish he served for his family called Strizo di Merda in the shape of a penis. Who wouldn't want to serve their family a fried dick after all? And besides that, he has a very successful musical career.
I'm gonna do my wife and also some children in their butts. But the latter is only if my wife says I can, which she probably won't. So I guess I'll just do my wife. Blowing up the U.S. 'cause the U.S. really sucks. Anal rape! Anally raping children, then disemboweling and force-feeding them their own intestines.
Another thing you guys have to understand about Nick Bate is he's not just a talented musician, he's also a very prolific writer, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean by reading a chapter from his famous novel, The Panties of Doom. Chapter 1. The dance party at Central Vito High School. Sly was searching for his headset. It says Free Hus, but I'm assuming it's a typo. Did you see my earphones lately? He asked while throwing things over his shoulder. Yeah, I saw them in the freezer this morning, Haguruman replied. Sly shrugged. Even though that doesn't make any sense, I might as well try it out. He flew through the house, digging through clothes and pizza boxes to the kitchen where Toyagaman was searching for chicken. Sly shrugged and looked in the freezer behind the box of cappuccino ice cream. There, he saw his headphones. Got my earphones? Toyagaman looked at him. Don't you mean headphones? Sly's car, a Chevy Malibu, sped to Central Vito. I bet the party's already started, man. Haguruman, chasing the car, began to run out of energy. He just rode along with Sly then. At Central Vito, Sly slipped on his headphones and grabbed the mic. Yo, 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 I'm MC Sly, here with your musical pleasure. Sly played some slow songs and then started rapping at about 9 o'clock sharp. After that, Sly went to talk to his friends. TK, Kari, Colin, and Mimi were hanging out in the library. Sup, Sly? Asked TK. Sly replied with, Newton. The next day, a second party was held in honor of Duke Johnson, the coolest kid at Central Vito High School. He swaggered when he walked past Kari. Kari was unanimously the most beautiful kid in school, with Mimi in second place. After that was Sora, Sly's girl. TK walked up to Duke and gave him a dirty look. Kari was his. Colin agreed that if anyone made a pass at Mimi, they won't walk for weeks. Duke was talking to Matt, the second coolest guy in school. Those two, along with Ty, had a band called Coolness. Nick, Sora yelled from across the room. The name's Sly, said Sly. Sora ran up to him. So, do we have a date next Saturday? Sly nodded, and Sora walked over to her friends. Best piece of writing fiction I have ever read. Oh my god, what can't this guy do? I mean, this guy, he is an artistic genius. I mean, what can't he do? Well, take showers apparently. He does not like taking showers. He is afraid of water and he does not like how it feels. And it's quite evident if you look at his Twitter account. It is heavily talked about on there. Just got out of the shower. Very unpleasant. Welp, Dad had to be a buzzkill and tell me to get a shower. So off I go. Oh, hey guys, my pseudo showers aren't far off from real ones. They are still washing. I just do it outside the tub and in pants is all. Time for a pseudo shower and then a real shave. Pseudo shower complete. I now smell like Wild Country by Avon. So yup, my mom is taking me to the mall around 1, but unfortunately I have to pretend to take a shower first, which is gonna suck. Was forced to shower. Discovered the shower head's massage setting feels great on my anus, but not on my balls. Not on my balls at all. Not on my balls at all. Oh, Jesus. He mentions pseudo showers a lot, and you must be wondering what the hell that is. So, well, according to him, he does not actually get in the tub. He leaves his pants on and he just rinses out his hair. That's pretty much it. It's not really much of a way to clean yourself, and he doesn't really do it unless his family forces him to. But I really don't see the logic in that, because whenever he is in the shower, he just uses it as an opportunity to smear poop on the walls. Yeah, that's right. He likes to paint with poop.
I'll use a 2-inch today. Pull it through the paint, wiggling it. See? Wiggle it. Other side, pull it through, and wiggle it.
And speaking of poop, it's a common theme with Nick Bate. You see, poop is the centerpiece to his entire existence, and eventually it led to his downfall, but you'll see why soon enough. What's important right now is understanding that Nick, he's a corpophiliac. He is someone who has a sexual obsession with human feces. It's one of his fetishes. Overall, he has a sexual fetish with butts in general. He likes butts, and he likes the poop that comes out of those butts, and that's it. Not vaginas. He does not like vaginas at all. They physically disgust him. Not poop, though. But funny enough, he did find someone who was willing to put up with his degeneracy for a brief period of time, and that person is the same flame from before, Anna. You see, the girl we mentioned before, his waifu Anna, they were talking for a long time before she started trying to ghost him and started hating him. And during their brief relationship, a common problem she had with him was his obsession with butts, his obsession with poop, and his complete disinterest in vaginas. It was a sour note on their relationship, even though that alone wasn't enough for her to walk away initially. No, it was his creepy behavior that eventually broke her. This spiraled into full-blown cyberstalking. He would dedicate entire live journal posts to her even after he was blocked, and when she would briefly unblock him to tell him to go fuck off, it would only make things worse for her. He would post about her all the time while ironically telling everyone that he isn't a stalker on his live journal. We get to see all of this play out gloriously on a post titled, "My Bedroom Door Needs a Lock." My bedroom door needs a lock. When I returned home from my dad's last week, I was shocked to find two things very wrong at my room, both courtesy of my aunt. I'm gonna start using LJ cuts now. The first thing I noticed was that, dude, my bag filled with women's clothes I had hidden in my closet was gone. This may have been my own fault because I left it sitting there in the closet itself, rather than the mini closet inside a closet that it's normally in. Easier access, you know. But yeah, the easier access screwed me over. Not entirely sure why my aunt was in my closet in the first place, though. I mean, the door's closed, it's behind my bed. You literally have to move my bed to get the door open. Plus, nobody knew that I ever used it before. But yeah, my awesome skirt, the awesome skirt is gone. and now I'm pissed. For those of you who didn't catch it by now, I'm a cross-dresser, and my entire family consists of conservative bigots. As if I wasn't already distraught enough over not being able to cross-dress anymore, I later noticed that my pillows had been replaced. Apparently, my aunt and grandmother thought they were being nice by throwing out my old dirty pillows for new clean ones. See, for the past few years, I've had this special pillow that I basically pretend is Anna and cuddle with, just until I can cuddle the real thing. Plus, I roleplay with it and I do the voices for both me and her. Of course, I still do the latter even without the pillow, but still, anyway, dude, throwing out the Anna pillow is massively uncool. By doing it, you're wiping some of the history of me and Anna's relationship from existence. Like the time my aunt changed the letter on one of the letters Anna sent me. I now carry all Anna-related artifacts on me at all times to prevent this from happening again. Needless to say, I cried for hours, and I'm still crying on the inside, and the new pillow isn't helping by being a crappy cuddler. Blah. I am sad. Anna actually commented on this post. Here's what she had to say. You are a sick fuck. The fact that you act like you will marry me someday sickens and disturbs me, and it only serves to make me detest you even more. You also have no redeeming qualities. Your art is frankly some of the worst I have ever seen, especially for someone who acts passionately about drawing as you do. You're a complete and utter moron. You're a pervert and not the cool kind, and you are generally a complete and utter waste of carbon. And don't even get me started on the whole fate thing. How the hell are you supposed to know what your fate is? Maybe your fate is to be attacked by me and all my friends, like physically, and also you die from your injuries. As for wiping some of the history of our relationship from existence, we don't have a relationship at all. Please go die in a fire. What the hell, dude? Seriously, what the hell? Where did all that even come from? 1. What's wrong with me being in love with you? Normal people would be flattered to have someone this dedicated to them. I know I would. So what exactly is your problem? 2. What is with the sudden bashing of my art? I'm well aware of the fact that my drawings aren't good. I never said they were. The way I draw is just my style. I don't fucking care if it's any good or not. There's plenty of cartoons that have shitty artwork, but it's okay because that's just the style of the show. Bonus stage, the other thing that gets me about this is that this is yet another example of you contradicting yourself. Never before have you said anything this negative about my drawings before. In fact, it sure seemed like you actually liked my drawings. But of course, now that you hate me, you decided everything about me sucks. 3. It's not my fault I'm retarded, and there's nothing wrong with being retarded. Saying otherwise makes you quite a bigot, I'd say. Seriously, you can't hate someone for having a mental illness, you jerk. Again, I didn't do anything to drive her away. One day, she just decided, for no reason, to block me and start hating me. I have the fucking chat log, dude. Literally nothing happened to trigger this shit. There's nothing wrong with pedophilia, corpophilia, any kind of philia, or cross-dressing. Whatever my fetishes are is my own damn business as long as I'm not hurting anyone, which I'm not. And all you people who are prejudiced against cross-dressers and pedophiles and all the like are being extremely intolerant. Having fetishes is no different from being a different race or religion or whatever. People are individuals who are all different. There's no reason at all to discriminate against anyone who is different in such ways, and that, sir, means you are a bigot, and so is Anna. Anna actually responds by quoting him and saying, there's nothing wrong with pedophilia, so you're saying that having sex with children is totally fine. You are so going to hell. As long as the kid gives consent, yes, it's fine. Kids that young usually don't even understand sex, you idiot. Which is why parents need to stop being idiots and teach their kids about sex at an early age. You just said about instead of Aboot. Owned. So that bit at the end right there is actually a reference to a weird perplexity Nick has, a really bizarre habit that I would call his Canadianisms. Yeah, I think that's a good word for it. Anyway, a brief definition of Nick's Canadianisms would simply be that he does not like America and he does not like being an American, so he wishes to identify as a Canadian instead, and because of that, he pronounces and writes words how he thinks Canadians do in a very stereotypical fashion. So he does not pronounce or write the word about like a normal person. Instead, he says and writes it as Aboot. But anyway, I feel like that thread we just read was a good summary of Nick and Anna's relationship. They talked for a little bit, she got creeped out, and Nick started stalking her. Case closed, right? Well, no, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. Nick and Anna's breakup and the fallout from that breakup revealed that Nick isn't just a deviant who is obsessed with poopy buttholes, but he is a pedophile as well, a pedophile who actually molested a child according to a chat log between him and Anna. Anna, who was it? Nick. Anna. Oh my god, come on, I'm getting excited. Yeah, right now, but once I tell you, you will think I'm a pedo. I mean, I kinda am, but still. It was Amber, wasn't it? Maybe. Are you being serious? Yeah, she kinda coerced me. What does that even mean? Well, like, we always talked about what me and Joe are going to do sexually, and then eventually Amber wanted to do sexual things, and yeah. One day she was like, welp, I'ma suck your penis. Wait, how old was she? Well, she's 9 now, so I don't know, 8 maybe? Yeah, she's pretty fucked up to be a rapist at 8. Bahaha. Yeah, not to my best moment. Damn, you're fucked up. She started it. Well, Amber doesn't know how to wipe, so when I went to lick her butt, there was just feces everywhere, so I licked the cheeks instead. What? What? You licked your 8-year-old half-sister's shitty butthole? No, just the cheeks. What the fuck? I couldn't lick the hole because it was shitty, which sucks because I want to lick an anus, damn it. Yeah, but your 8-year-old half-sisters, well, I didn't have anyone else. Dear God. So, yeah. Oh, that's right, I've had my anus dick too. Actually, it feels pretty good, but I still prefer to do the licking myself. Who the hell did that? Amber.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's not just a yikes. That is a fucking yikes. What the hell did I just read? Is God really dead? But this chat log became a very important piece of evidence that eventually led to Nick Bate's arrest. But before that happened, it was leaked on the internet. And that's where the fun shenanigans started to really begin. Another girl he was talking to, Maddie, who was an underage girl at the time when they started talking, started leaking stuff about him on the internet as well. And soon, everyone was on him like flies on horse shit. People do not like pedophiles. They were contacting his local law enforcement and CPS, and they were using the chat logs and some very interesting tweets as evidence, which led to probably the greatest meltdown in legal defense I have ever seen. But first, since we are speaking of tweets, let's read some honorable mentions. Being forced against my will to take a shower. Oh well, at least this will hopefully end the chafing. And what chafing is he possibly talking about? Well, that would probably be semen. Came, jizzed, ejaculated, pick one of those. Basically, there was semen in my hair until Dad made me shower. He is a very dirty boy. He does, remember guys, he does not like showers, so he is caked in semen and shit. I really want a daughter. I wonder if I could mail Anna some semen, and then when she's born, she'll bring her over to me. I just stink palmed Amber, XD. Now, you're probably wondering what a stink palm is. You're probably like, yo, talk shit, what the fuck is a stink palm? Is that like candy? Is that like a handshake? Well, it is a handshake, but it's when you wipe your ass with your hand and you wipe the fecal bacteria onto somebody else. It's a very disgusting thing to do. Using reverse psychology to get Amber to do stupid stuff. Fun! Okay, Amber, stop asking me to kiss you on the lips. You're my half-sister and you're not even hot. And it might be illegal, too. Stop touching my penis, Amber. Oh, what the heck? Apparently I'm not allowed near Amber again. Seriously, guys. My relatives are idiots. I cannot stress that enough. Well, it seems like Nick's family knew something at the time that we didn't, because these tweets, they were before the leaked chat logs came out and before there were any investigations launched, period. But you guys now have a basic understanding of the crazy shit he would post when there wasn't a criminal investigation adding to his stress and delirium. So let's see the post-chat log leaked tweets from Nick to get a better idea of his psyche at the time and how he addressed this situation. It's too bad B half-sister did not accuse me of any vagina stuff, because I would have even more proof that I didn't do it. It also says we performed anilingus on each other, which A, I only performed, not receive, and B, I didn't even perform. Yeah, get your facts straight, retards. Still playing Pokemon Rumble World up to rank 14. I want to make my own Pokemon freemium game. At my dull thoughts. I don't stalk wife, I'm in love with her, and we're going to get married, and I didn't do anything to my sister. I am a non-creepy lady. Wife will marry me, I will do her in butt, and I didn't abuse my sister. I am not lying. At EveryArb9000, it's proof I didn't do it. N-word. Plus, I have 2 people who confirm I have never been alone with her. Which is such a crock of shit, by the way, because during my research into his old tweets, I found a bunch of tweets that implied that he was constantly alone with her, and I will read them all right now, just to add that extra bit of context. Amber and I are brainstorming ideas for our band Stouts and Born. I want to do a song called Polka. I hardly know her. Obviously, it's a polka. Dreams during my last nap. Amber was naked in my room and some dude was obsessed with my cats. Then I watched movies and then parodies of those movies. Amber is writing a book and I'm the illustrator. Gazebing with Amber, she's listening to Lady Gaga on my iPod and I'm playing Pokemon Emerald. Oh, it's so hot and Amber is making me go outside and I'm soaked with sweat and it feels all sticky and gross. Ugh. At EveryArb9000, it was proof that I was lying in the chat log. I did not lick her butt, but not because of feces, but because I didn't assault her. That's right, Nick Bate is an innocent man. Sweet, poor little cherub. You may have picked up on those small tidbits of him saying he had proof that he didn't do it, and he did have the proof alright. He did a 2000 IQ move, and he structured a flawless legal defense strategy. It would make all the other evidence against him completely inadmissible, and it would make everyone who was doubting him look like the stupid idiots that they were acting like. Oh ho ho, he found a loophole, alright, in his chat log with Anna, the same chat log where he admitted to molesting his sister in the first place, specifically the part where he said he tried to lick her butthole but couldn't because it was caked in feces. Well, as you all know, that doesn't make a lot of sense when it comes to Nick Bate because he's a corpophiliac. He's into poopy buttholes, that's his whole thing. That would not have stopped him. That was a bold-faced lie he told Anna, making it totally inadmissible. But Nick, he's an overachiever. He couldn't just point out that flaw in logic and run a victory lap, so he really had to rub it into everyone's faces by going a step further to prove that he is a corpophiliac. And how did he go about that, you might ask? Well, he decided that he was going to film himself taking a shit, and then film himself fishing out the shit out of his toilet with his hands, and then finally he would rub the freshly squeezed out shit all over his genitals. This actually happened, by the way. This is not a joke. I'm not making any of this up. He literally filmed himself masturbating with his own shit to admit as evidence to prove his innocence, because somehow if you masturbate with shit, you're incapable of molesting your sister. I don't really see the logic in that, but I'm not the brilliant lawyer, right? I can't show it here, obviously, but it's on the internet if anyone is curious. By the way, he did not just film it and let it go. He actually decided to upload it on the internet for everyone to see, and he literally sent it to the detective who was investigating him, as you can see from these tweets. I just filmed the ultimate video that should prove my innocence. The only thing is, who do I get it to the detective? Oh, cool. I looked at the detective's business card and she has an email address. Okay, so then I can just email the video to her when I'm online. I don't understand. Did the detective not get my email with my evidence or what? Well, it looks like the detective did not get that video of him rubbing poop all over his micropenis, or more realistically, she did see it and she was just way too horrified to even respond to it, which is a shame, you know, because I'm sure if she just saw the video, if she just saw Nick masturbating with human shit, his trial would not have ended the way it did. It would have ended with him instead walking away a free man. That's right, guys. Nick Bate, Nick Stoutzenberger, he's in prison. In April 2015, he was finally arrested for molesting his half-sister Amber. He was sentenced to 14 to 40 years, and that sentence is now 100% set for sure because in 2017 he tried and failed to appeal to the state court. And I'll read the summary for you guys so you know what that's about. The former Colombian man, now 25, was convicted last year of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse with a child and indecent assault. Investigators said he molested the girl in 2009 and 2010. She did not report the abuse until 2015. In his failed appeal to the state court, Stauzenberger argued that the testimony of a nurse who examined the child after she reported the molestation should not have been admitted as evidence during his trial. That nurse testified that the child practiced poor hygiene around her genitals. Prosecutors presented the testimony because police recovered a chat log in which Stauzenberger described part of his assault on the child. In that chat, he mentioned the girl's less than pristine self-care when he described licking her buttocks. Senior Judge William H. Platt noted in the state court ruling, Stauzenberger tried to convince the state judges that the nurse's testimony about the girl's hygiene in 2015 was completely irrelevant. The crimes that were supposedly committed at least 5 years earlier. Platt, however, Judge Platt, agreed with the county judge Merrill Span's conclusion that the evidence was admissible to show that Stauzenberger, Nick Bate, was in a position to be aware of the victim's poor hygiene. And needless to say, after that, the judge told Nick Bate to fuck off and that he's going to serve his 14 to 40 indefinitely after that. But honestly, can you imagine how horrible all this was for his victim, for his sister Amber? Not only was she molested by her half-brother, who has a fucking poop fetish, but because of him, it's now on public record that she has poor hygiene. It's now on public record that she doesn't wipe her butt. He has ruined her life in more ways than one. I mean, he's in jail now. He can't hurt anyone else, but the damage is already done, and there's no coming back from it, honestly. And that, in the end, is exactly what makes a horror story a horror story.